Welcome to episode 911, Tyler Perry, 10 Lessons. This is an outline of episode 911, lesson 1 to lesson 5. This is lesson 6 to lesson 10. Lesson 1, a traumatic childhood in 69.
I was a child that was born to two wounded parents, and they were wounded children themselves. My mother was 17 and my father was about 19 when they got married, and I came along when she was 24 years old. And there was a lot of pain in the house. There were a lot of arguments. He was very physically abusive and verbally abusive to the both of us. It was actually for a man child. I don't know what it's like for a little girl, but I'm sure it's just as painful. But for a boy child, a man child, to watch his mother being beaten and belittled, it was really, really hard.
Lesson 2, from homeless and bad student to billionaire.
Tyler was once homeless.
The truth be told, I wasn't that good of a student. I was smart, but I didn't have the patience to learn a lot of the things that I thought that wouldn't serve me in life.
Lesson 3, struggling equals learning.
The show failed, or so I thought. So for 7 years, but in that time I was learning. I was building a base. Slowly the audience started to grow. They went from 30 to 300 to maybe 400. Never got more than 800, but they were growing. It's important because here's the thing that I realized. I thought I was failing, but what I was doing was being educated. I was learning. I was learning all along the way. I was.
Lesson 4, success is talent meets hard work.
I wrote all the music. I directed the show. I would show up and hang the lights. I was driving the truck in the beginning. Yeah, I'm no stranger to hard work. That's the great thing about being in the entertainment business. There's not a job in this business that I don't know well. So having all these people work for me, I know what they're doing.
Lesson 5, serving the underdog.
Just to remain viable, to do what we're doing, but also be the voice, the place for the ones who are marginalized, disenfranchised, who are discarded, because what I want this to be is a place for the underdog. That's what I've always felt like I was, because I didn't play by anybody's rules. I felt like I had to do it my way.
Lesson 6, the importance of business ownership.
Ownership was always very important to me. If I wasn't in this business, I would be an architect, but I wanted to not only just design the house, but build the houses and own the houses and sell them. My father was a subcontractor, and he would get paid on Fridays and be so happy that he had made $800, but I would watch the man that owned the house sell it and make $80,000. So I always I am a testament to anybody who wants to get into this business. Ownership changes everything.
Lesson 7, when in doubt, just pick up the phone and call.
How did you learn to become a successful businessman? I mean, you said your father was a carpenter.
Yeah.
So you didn't learn it from your father.
No. I have paid for a Harvard education about 50 times in the amount of money that I've lost in mistakes. So I trial and error. I made a lot of mistakes, and then I just started picking up the phone and calling people and asking questions. And it's been great over the years to be able to call over and say, listen, I'm dealing with this, this, and this. She said, oh, I went through that in 1986. Here's what you need to do.
Lesson 8, Hyperfocus.
Serve them, super serve them, like just focus, hyper focus on them, make sure that they are the nucleus and your intent. And what happened for me over the years is it grew and grew and grew and grew as long as I stayed focused on the core. And those are the things I learned very early on. Focus very strongly on the core. Do not disrespect them. Make sure that they know how special they are. Make sure how they know that you appreciate them. So I hyper-focused on them, and then everybody else came.
Lesson 9, trust God and do good.
But if you had to be super specific about a handful of tips.
I'm a man of faith, and I don't know how many people of faith are in the room, but I will take what I believe is this: trust God and do good. That is the core foundation for me. Just trust God and do good.
Lesson 10, a shrew and a smart purchase and own his own studio. A shrewd businessman, he paid $30 million for 330-acre former Army base Fort McPherson in Atlanta.
The first movie to shoot on the stage there was Black Panther. You know,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Now, his studio is also a big tourist attraction in Atlanta. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and leave your questions and comments below. Wishing everyone peace and prosperity.